Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to hunt or braid a tail. You're gonna start with a tail that's brushed and clean and wet, hardly with water. And then you need a string that's tied together, a pull through, and then a brush and more water to wet it down as you get further. So to start the braid, you're gonna take 2 pieces from the back side of his tail. Make sure you get like all the way up to the bone. And then make sure those are split nice and good. And then hold them together, and then you're gonna grab a middle piece from right in the center. Okay. And then you're gonna start, you're just gonna be French braiding it all the way down. So first start by crossing the first pieces over, and then you're gonna start grabbing more hair also all the way from the back of the tailbone. And you wanna grab even pieces all the way down, so it looks nice and neat. You want to keep it nice and tight all the way down as well.
Festival in Hastings this coming week. And your next chance to win is coming up next hour, just after 11 o'clock, with Michigan's #1 for New Country, 93.7 B93. Michigan's #1 for New Country, 93.7 B93.
Search for B93 on our free iHeartRadio app.
Powered by Michigan Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com.
And then as you get lower, you want to make sure that you're still taking even and clean pieces. So it gets easier for it to get looser as you go to the bottom. And you want to make sure you keep taking pieces all the way from the back so it looks nice and clean on the side.
Even our taste in music changes.
Then you're going to braid all the way down into till the tailbone ends, or just above it.
That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full fun. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed broadband experience report, August 2024.
This is the story of Juan. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Okay.
Grainger,
And then once you get down to the end of the tailbone, you're just gonna keep braiding down for a couple inches. You still want to keep it nice and tight. And once you get down a little bit, you're going to take your string and you're going to put the middle of it right in the back of the braid, and then put the two sides of the string on the outside strands, and then you're just going to keep braiding down with the string.
For years, I've been a proud customer and advocate for Monttown Construction. They're a family business right here in West Michigan for over 15 years. They're your home team. Roofing.
We're just gonna go a couple more inches down, and then once you get down to about here, you're gonna put both of the strings on one side and hold your braid nice and tight. And then you're gonna take one of the strings, wrap it around, and just do a simple knot. Pull it nice and tight. Okay, and once you have that nice and tight, now you're gonna want to use your pull-through tool, and then you're gonna put the end of the strings through the pull-through tool. Okay, and then once you get your hair through the pull-through, you're gonna take it and go up the back of the braid, and you want to make sure you're not touching the tailbone. And then you're gonna kind of feed it through the tail, like so, and then you're gonna pull it through. You want to make sure that it's going back through the center, and then you're just gonna pull it up there nice and tight. Just like that. And then you're going to get rid of your pull-through and to get the string all the way through. Okay. And once you get up there and it's nice and tight in the tail, you're gonna go ahead and take your pull-through again, but with the separate strings. So we're gonna start with this one. And then you're gonna go from up above, you're gonna go down like this, through the braid again, and then out into the other side, making sure that you're not getting the tailbone again. Okay, and then once you've got both sides through with your pull through, you're just gonna do a quick knot, and then loop the string through 2 times, like this, and then you're just gonna pull tight. And then you could do it a second time if that one doesn't hold, but then you're just gonna take your string and then snip it. As close up to the tail as possible without cutting the tail. Okay. And then once you do that, if you wanted to, you could put the string through here. And then do a little knot up here, because this is going to be the part that's easiest to, like, for the horses to pull apart. So if you want to do a knot up there, and then pull it tight. And then it shows when your horse is in the stall, it will be more difficult for them to rub their braids out. And then that is how you do a hunter braid tail. And then you can clean up the bottom part, make it look nice, hide some of the strings. And that's the end product.